Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He'll call for the fair catch here. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Oh, he's looking to throw. They get to him as he throws. They intercept him. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. That is what we call in the industry a rather inauspicious start.
No doubt, Reese. And just the quarterback and his receiver not on the same page on that throw. You're trying to come out in the game. You're trying to set the tone. That is not how this offense envisioned this game opening up.
It is so easy when you're a defensive player, when you watch a little misdirection of the ball go one way, to turn and to run. That's not my job. My job is to stay home. The defense did a good job of that. Defense stayed home, made the play.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Seems like when these two get together, it's always a slugfest, and Alabama won a close one last season.
Yeah, it was Alabama that finished out the 12th round in that slugfest, too. It usually seems like the team that lands the last big haymaker wins, and that was the Tide last time.
Well, I think that's why it's so important getting out the gates early. Both these teams know each other.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Looks as if the Tide will put it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn.
Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Leaves it with the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Slow program's so talented.
Oh my God, look at that
level.
Touchdown, Alabama! And once he got loose, it was all over. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now how will... And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways. And the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
Got nothing on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you throw it to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass.
God damn.
Quarterback now breaking the field.
This nigga's not
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 1st down for this offense. To the ground with the back. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
That's a really nice job plucking that pass. I don't know if another school has done as good a job as Alabama in recent years as bringing in top-level talent at the wide receiver position. When you think of guys like Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, this guy, he looks like he could be on the field with all those guys, too. He's got speed. He's got the ability to pluck the football out of the air. What a big-time weapon. How nice is it to play quarterback with this guy?
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. Give to the big fullback. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after the last drive ended ended with a field goal. The kickoff team out there to send it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Handoff from the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. That pass not close as he got trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. Didn't get quite as much as they had hoped out of that one, and the offense will be in business. I think they're going to mark it around the 40-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, if you can't score points now, if you can't get 1st downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. On the move, it's Riley. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. That's caught. It's Paul. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open. Who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. A 1st down for the offense. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
And this man is rushed
with
3
that stop,
people.
we are headed toward the end of the first
fucking
quarter.
block. That shit crazy. 3 fucking people. These niggas gonna block the same nigga on outside. Stupid ass shit.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. They get another rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Fires one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner will be knocked down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action. It sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Riley. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good game. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And David, they're putting that on display.
Come on, man, you can't be that.
Week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Wide out in motion. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Tide.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19, and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
He's got it on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it inside the 15. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
This quarterback part of their running game. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Snap it to the back. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Looking to throw. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout so you get tired and get worn down.
Grab that shit.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll try the run. He breaks a tackle. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Going up top on 1st down. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Fair catch called for and made. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here.
Come on,
What
man.
they
Yeah.
can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on, he had it right down the middle and he flat dropped it.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Using his legs, it's Riley. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the change to measure this one.
What the fuck?
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the ball comes to rest right there.
Try to get us a scope on.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Tigers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
Give to the running back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, they're able to get the negative play. Great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's looking deep. What a snag by the defense. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding and creating big plays for this defense.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Going with the ground game left. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third.
You got to wonder if that's a moral victory for this offensive line, because they have not been running the ball well at all game long. But on that short yardage situation, they finally pick it up, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst for them to get this thing going and spark the run game.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Going for it all. Touchdown LSU! And the comeback is on.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's
my God.
He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone.
Please don't let that shit happen.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? This drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
That defender is lucky on that play. He was beat on that deep route. He's lucky the QB overthrew that one.
Couldn't get anything done on 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46.
Oh.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking for space. It's Riley. They make the stop of this running game. To change as they get the first down.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
They'll give it to him again. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Cut inside. Quick as a bitch. Quick.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Trying to get to it. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gonna run it. It's Riley. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
When the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, you want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Louisville is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
And the returner will be brought down.
Man.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to trying to beat the D deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
The give to the lone running back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Looking for space. It's Hill. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Just something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still...
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pulls it in. It's Simmons.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Looking deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They're bringing heat. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Riley. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long.
Way outside. Dumbass roast.
From the gun, wants to pass. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never know what can happen. Maybe you get hot. Maybe you make an all-time comeback.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still, he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
He's taking the shot. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll throw it from the red zone. Lets it fly. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw it again. Makes the pass. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the pass is in. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Line gets set, 1st down.
Fuck this game.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The give to the tailback. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Come on, man.
Already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
Fuck.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one.
Dude, that's so perfect.
Looking for a block. It's Simmons.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
That's a perfect example of not settling
Man, I
for a
read
fair
that shit
catch.
quick.
Pick up
Motherfucker.
whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you...
He's going to throw deep right side. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try to run for it. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.